aerial phenomena, which is what they call it now is UAP, and that obviously that's what it stands for. So often called, they say that UFOs, they're not calling it that anymore, from the past 27 years, according to government officials who added that only 2% to 5% cases can be explained. Wow. Well, it seems like a lot of people clearly do not feel the way I do about law enforcement, that when it has to do with anything like that, I definitely won't be calling. Uh, that's not my gut reaction, is to call the police, but a lot of people actually, they do that. Not that there's anything necessarily wrong with that. I don't know, my experience with law enforcement may be a little bit different than other people. Like I said, it's very touch and go if they're going to show up, if it's other human beings that you have a dispute with or you have an issue with. I guess my final thoughts about this is that I think that young man and his family are on the right track. I'm sorry that they had to deal with that. Clearly it happens more than they're actually reporting. And what he thought was a UFO, he's finding out now that is something, like we've talked about this before, that these beings that appear to be what we know to be are even represented in movies, TV shows, books and stuff as these UFOs. They get into grays, they get into all this other stuff, that these are actually what the priest told them. It's not one priest, he got priests, plural, to come to the home. Why would UFOs, why would aliens or extraterrestrial have any interest in the Bible or the cross? Things that are connected to biblical, okay, or religious origins. Why would they go for that? Now, some people may be skeptical, just like sadly this particular family had with the original incident almost a year ago, that they were getting threats and other stuff, which I don't understand. I mean, if you don't believe them, if that's where the threats were coming from, of course it could be coming from other, I'm not going to say, I don't know, entities or other agencies or whatever, trying to silence them about talking about it. Maybe they want them to, keep the illusion that it's something that's what they've tried to perceive, that, aliens, extraterrestrials, little gray men. But I believe that what he has come to learn, as well as his family, that they're not what they seem. And a lot of people are saying that. You have the community, the UFO community, UAP, whatever you want to call them, and they believe heavily in that, okay? And I've already talked about that. I wasn't really sure one way or the other, but as I continue to watch and listen and just see how things are going in the world and in society as a whole, it became clear to me that they're demons. They're not what they seem. How they're able to do all these things, I can't tell you, but we're dealing with beings that are not like us. They are, in fact, non-human. It's to deceive, okay, and to lure you away from what you really should be paying attention to, which is, your relationship and understanding God and his son Jesus Christ. When you start entertaining other stuff, and then that leads you away from what this time is very crucial. Okay, so this young man is only 17 years old. His family, how many people are there? They're starting to see that there's something else going on. And I mean, if you have, let's say if we just believe in UFOs and aliens, why would they feel that they had to call a priest? That has to do with something religious. Some people may say supernatural, as they already put in the first article, paranormal. That right there just solidifies it to me further, that what we're dealing with, they're not human. That is correct, but their origin is not this mystical, they're living on another planet, they're aliens, advanced, this, that. They're advanced, they're smart, but they were originally in heaven with God. They're fallen angels. I have to agree with the priests that advised this particular family. But I think after this, it looks like they are just going to move away, and that's sad that that had to happen. But yeah, they're not what they seem. Um, so those are my thoughts. A lot of people may not, might not agree with me, but this proves to me, and this is a young man that's 17 years old. He's seeing that something's up, and it's not what they've all been seeing. Even though they would with aliens, they would deny it. They would like shame people from talking about it and believing in it. Even though the more they did that, they kind of made it grow. But now we're seeing that they're not what they're saying. And then a lot of people that believe in UFOs and aliens, they will say they're an advanced race, they're going to help us, they're going to save us, and all this. No, they're not what they seem. They're not here to save you. Okay, so if they're fallen angels, they're definitely not here to help us be destroyed, help us to move away from God, if that's what that means. But yeah, this young man, he's figured it out, and he's figured it out very up close and personal. The only thing I'm kind of curious by is how did they choose these families? Why did they choose them? That's interesting to me. Actually, on second thought, I decided to come back and actually find some information that about the cameras that I was talking about. So if you had been following it like I was, you probably heard about the cameras that they ended up putting up, which I thought was kind of a red flag of some sort. I thought that was pretty unorthodox, but I don't know, like I said, again, I don't know how Las Vegas, their police department get down, but that was very interesting to me. That, not to say they didn't believe them, because they didn't necessarily say that, but I just found it interesting to find out that they ended up putting up cameras, and I didn't know that police departments did that. So anyway, like I said, it says, this particular article says, the Las Vegas UFO mystery. Police put up surveillance cameras at house where aliens, in quotation marks, landed. And of course, this was from last year, and it was in June, around the 13th or the 14th. It says, even the skeptical ex-cop, skeptical, they admit, even the skeptical ex-cop who broke the story of the mysterious object that allegedly fell from the skies above Las Vegas just after midnight on May 1st, and was the first to interview the family who claimed to see the tall alien creatures with big eyes, isn't absolutely sure it's a hoax. Now, what puzzles Doug Papa is why the Homeland Security Department, Homeland Security of the Las Vegas Metro Police Department, hold on, there's some advertisements here. And did numerous stories about that focuses on Las Vegas Metro Police Department, installed video surveillance cameras outside the home after the incident. So I would think a lot of people would be skeptical. Of course, you're supposed to go in. I'm not a police officer. I'm not any type of law enforcement. But anything, if someone were to come to you and you're in a position or entity or agency in which you need to, deal with certain things like that, allegations of anything, you want to go in there and try to be as just listen to them, whether how you may feel about it or not, your own personal feelings about it, but to actually be objective. That's the word I'm trying to look for, as possible. So this is what obviously puzzled this gentleman, Doug Papa, as they say. Now it says the Las Vegas podcaster. Oh, he's a podcaster. Doug Papa, who